All right, I'm in the opening round of the 2020 Spring Major. I'm on the back nine, and I'm barely going to have enough time to finish. I had a super busy day, and barely going to have enough time. So we'll try and get it. I should be able to get it in. I'm going to do a round in about 56 minutes, which is about how long I can shoot a video. So we'll get started. I shot a nice flat round. I did not pick up anything on the front. I didn't do anything exciting. It's just a nice clean round. I gave myself a look on every hole and just did not capitalize. The ones that I really needed to capitalize on, I didn't hit perfect going into the cup. And some of them I ended up in the rough, just trying some new shots out. I'm still practicing, even though we're in the opening round. There's a couple holes I'm actually doing different shots than I've done all week. And I've been working them. Hole number one, laying up. I actually overshot this on the front. I ended up in the rough. Now let's get back in there. Taking an extra mile. And my accurate bag, and I'm bringing a Kingmaker. The Kingmaker. I got a club upgraded. I got my Guardian to level 9. And I picked up 5 topspin. I know, or 4 topspin. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you play with a Guardian on a regular basis, any topspin is some topspin. A little bit of accuracy, which is going to throw me off, and a little teeny bit of ball guide. I mean, you don't get much. Most of these clubs, you don't get much when you go to level 9. That is not what I wanted to do. Select that, and let's just upgrade it. And get the little teeny bit. That right there, that 4 topspin was, I mean, it was close to getting up there, so I've been dumping points in it. I had started off with like 700 cards in it, so I was trying to get it out of the loop. And it's one of the few rares that's worth getting to level 9. Extra mile being the most important one. Big dog. Hole number 10. Here we roll. 5 topspin. I was a little hesitant. Actually, on the front here, did I roll in the rough? I think I left myself a little short. I can't remember now. I think I was a little short because I got hesitant. I've been hitting 5 topspin all week. And in my practice account, I ended up in the rough. So I was just a titch hesitant. So I'm going to go right at 5. Just a smidgen short. 3-3. It's about a ring and a half. Little teeny bit over a ring and a half. Just trying to hit perfect. Hitting it perfect. See if I can get it in the cup. I'm gonna pull out my favorite stylus and see if that makes a difference. All right. I hit in practice 5 all week long, and I've been probably 6 yards short of the rough, not messing around with it. And now I'm hitting 5, and I'm ending up in the rough. So I guess I'm going to go to 4, because I'd rather be short. I'd rather be short and in the fairway than long and in the rough. Doing a 10% adjustment to the cup. When I get there, see what my opponent gets done. That's a big ball, right? That's like a 5 power ball, and they're laying up. Is that what that is? I can't remember what those track and field balls are. That was during the Olympics. That's an old ball. I'll have to watch when they make adjustments and see. I can't remember what that ball is. That seems like a special ball to do a layup. Okay, there's Max. Hey, let's get up here a little. There's Max. There's mid. I'm probably in the 8 per ring range. Do 4 backspin. Get right up on it. It's 3.7. It's 4. It's about 8 per ring, so it's a little over a half a ring. So there's a half, and there's a little over. Hitting it perfect. See if I got my wind adjustment right. I can't believe I was able to get that shot off in time. And I got my spin wrong, and I was a little off. I didn't take out quite enough wind. I've had difficulties on this hole all week. I haven't hit a single eagle on this hole all week. I've hit the flagpole and rolled over the hole like 4 times, but I have not hit a single eagle on it all week. Part of my problem is I'm not giving myself enough time to actually set the shot, to do the shot. I'm taking too long setting the shot up. It's 10:30 and I'm drinking coffee. That's how my day's been. See if my opponent can get in the hole, and I forgot to look to see what kind of ball that was. Seems like a waste of a special ball, though. Almost in the hole. I want to be one of those guys that comes in with a 24 and tries to shoot a 30 and the 32 in the weekend round. Just need to be focused. That's the deal, as I've had lack of focus all week. It's been one of those weeks. On hole number 2, though, this next hole, if I can hit the shot going into the cup perfect, I'm in the hole. So it's all a matter of, if you hit the shot perfect going into the cup, it's a hole in one. If you don't hit it perfect, it's not a hole in one. And earlier on the week, I was hitting nothing but perfects into this cup. And the last 4 times I've been here, I have not hit perfect. I will forfeit. Do not want to waste any hole-in-ones at this point. And I don't need any practice on these holes. I need to get on these holes and hit perfect is what the deal is. Good luck. Hole number 2 of the opening round, 2020 Spring Major. Let's see what we got here. Hole number 2. I just wanted to look at the hole just to get it firmly in my mind. That's hole number 2. All right. I'll just take the same exact bag. And I'm going to take the same exact ball. Taking a Grizzly and a Titan. Or excuse me, a Grizzly and a Kingmaker. Just to cut the wind down just a little bit. I'm doing a 20% wind adjustment. I'm doing a rough bump, 20% wind adjustment, Grizzly, Kingmaker. Changing some notes. Here we roll. Let's get the wind, set it up quick. I go first. 2.8. It's 3.36 rings, so it's going to be a 3.4 ring pull. Getting in the fat part of the fairway there and just guiding it right to the hole. Line up with the wind, 3.3, 3.4 rings. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying to hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. That should be in the cup. Get in the hole. Get in the hole, ball. That's what I'm talking about right there. Woo! Finally sinking a shot. That shot right there, if you hit it perfect, it's in the hole. If you don't hit it perfect, it is not in the hole. And it's so important to come out of the first 3 holes in this tournament, having picked up at a minimum one shot. The lowest hanging fruit in this tournament is hole 5 and hole number 2, and you've got to pick up both of those. But ideally, hole number 1 is a great opportunity to make an eagle. And what's funny is in the last tournament, I didn't lay up. I was going for it every time, and I hit an eagle on it every other time. It was about 50% of the time I got an eagle on it. 50% of the time I was either behind the tree or in some spot. And so this tournament, I decided I was going to play the consistent shot and lay up, and I'm having more problems with the consistent shot laying up than I did just going for it. I'm going to play my practice account first tomorrow, and then if I do not make an eagle on it tomorrow, I'm going to go for it in my 77 account, because at this point, why not? I'm going to forfeit. Good game. Nice shot. Good luck. They are off to the races. Now, I am playing this next hole a little different than I've played it in the past. And I think my chances of getting an Albie are just as good, but I'm taking less risk on it. So I was going through my shots with my teammates, and my teammate Daz was talking to him about this hole and asking him how he was playing it. And I'm going to play it the way he's playing it, and it's going to be 0.95 to the cup. So I'm going to do a layup shot here, and I'm going to take a quarterback. You can get more, even though the rock has got more raw distance, it has less topspin. And the spot that we're getting into, and I actually set a bag up for it. Quarterback, sniper, kingmaker. Off we roll. So my other shot, I was taking, you could bring out a big ball so you don't have to do any overpower, but I was trying to go as far out in that fairway as I could to get into, I think you can get, if you get way out there, I think you might be able to get in a short iron range. But it's for sure a long iron. You can come at it with a grizzly or a backbone, whatever your most accurate club is, whatever you're most comfortable with. But this shot here, you're laying it up in the front, and then you're coming at it with a sniper, and you're doing a rough bump. And I'm doing minus 5% wind at mid club. And maybe we can get an opponent. Maybe. Maybe if I be real quiet, somebody will want to play. Come on. I've had this happen before, where I was in a tournament a long time ago when the game first came out. It was in the first year that the game came out. I didn't get on until late, and I sat, and it was taking like between 5 and 10 minutes to get an opponent. And I actually wasn't able to finish all the holes. I was still able to make the tournament, but I came in with a really bad score because I couldn't get a matchup. It took forever. There's a lot of people complaining in the game about it. My opponent goes first, and I'm going to change my stuff on this hole. So I'm doing a QB and a sniper with minus 5% wind and a kingmaker. So they're where they set up. If they hit it perfect, they've got room. But if they hit it great to the right, one ring, they would have been in the rough. Look at how close they are right there. It almost seems like on this drive here that we're over pulling. All right. I'm going to give myself 3 rings of separation. I want lots of room down here. I don't want any problems. 1.9, that's a 2-ring pull. 100% accurate club. 1.9. And I'm going to put on right up against the outside edge on that blue ring of curl. Hitting it perfect. Trying to get as far to the right as I can, and staying away from on the first bounce, staying away from the rough on the right, on the second bounce, staying away from the rough on the left, and then bringing the ball farther to the right so that I can get as straight as I can on this rough. I'm going to do a rough bump right here. And it takes about 2 to 3 topspin. I've been real close, but I haven't. I've done this shot now 3 times, and I haven't hit it perfect into the cup yet. Are we sensing a trend here? And I really haven't been getting any lag, so I can't blame it on lag. I just haven't been hitting perfect. I've been hitting a lot of drives perfect, but I haven't been hitting a lot of the second shots, and the second shots are the ones that really count. And this is the only par 5 in this tournament that I haven't albied yet, so I'm due. Two rings of separation. I'm just trying to guide it to the hole. It's 2.0, 1.9 rings. There's 1.9 rings. Try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. First time I've hit it perfect into this hole. Come on, let's see if that wind adjustment's right. They're giving me a good overview graphic here. They're giving me a good graphic. Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there. So those numbers work. Thanks, Des. Anybody that wants that shot right there. That's my teammate Desmond giving me a hint, giving me a clue. All right. I'm jazzed about that. Got albies on all 3 of the par 5s. That is awesome. All right, hole number 14. Hole number 14, or excuse me, 13. All right, this shot right here, I'm still working on my elevation on this hole. So let me put some stuff in my calculator here. I'm taking a Grizzly and I'm taking a Quasar. Even though I'm in mid club, I'm hitting a max number. Grizzly and a Quasar. That's all I need. That's all I need. So I've hit a couple shots perfect into this cup, and I've been doing a 20% wind adjustment, and I've been slightly on the inside. So I'm going to do a 25% wind adjustment. And I want to make sure that my ball guide is at least to the back of the cup. Because on the ones that I've hit, I've been just a little teeny. If it would have been on track for the cup, it would have been a little teeny bit off. 4.7. That's a big pull right there. Well, not a big pull, but I mean, it's rookie. Nothing's big. 4.7. I'm going to do a 5.8 ring pull. 5.9. Almost a 6 ring pull. There's 5. Almost a 6 ring pull. Hitting it perfect. See if I can get in the cup. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Oh, that was a little bit of an over pull, and the 20% was a little bit of an under pull. That is discouraging as hell. Let me think about that. I did a max number and I'm in mid club. I was shooting this shot. I think I'm going to switch. I think what I'm going to do on that hole is I'm going to switch from a quasar. Originally, I was hitting this hole with a katana, and I'm going to switch from a quasar back to a katana because the katana will put me. I think the quasar is putting me more towards my max number, and the katana will put me more towards mid. So I'm going to go back to my original ball. And I'll stick with the 25% and see where that puts me. Because I'm not so sure. This is going to be one of those holes. It's going to be one of them. So my opponent's going to sit here and make us wait. It's their turn. They can do whatever they want. I always get those guys that wait till the last second and then pull it off, and you're just wondering, are they washing dishes or asking or talking to somebody or not paying attention, or are they just being a D-bag? You never can tell. Good game. I will forfeit. We will move on to the next hole. Good luck in the tournament. All right, we're on hole number 5. This is an absolutely positively must get, and I did not get it on the front. In my auto account, in my practice account, let's go look at the hole. In my practice account, I've been coming out here with a power 3 ball, and I haven't had any problems at all. And in my in this account, they got the same clubs. So in this account, I was bringing a power 5 ball because I have some in the inventory, and I've ended up here in the front every time except for the last time. And I was having the same problem all my teammates are having, and I did the same freaking shot that I've done all week long, and I ended up going long. But with my odd account, I don't have any 5 power balls. I have very limited inventory, and I've been coming at it with a Titan, and I haven't had any problems. I've hit it every time. So I'm going to switch to a Titan. Save a 5 power ball. I'm going to bring a Titan. And I'm going to bring my number 1 bag. And all I should need is my extra mile and potentially my rapier. And that is all I'm going to need. Pin Reapers, the Pin Reaper clan. Kings of Golf is doing really good. I haven't looked. As soon as I get done playing, I'm going to go in during the time between rounds and kind of look at what everybody's scores are and see how everybody did. And we had a lot of people. I mean, clan wide, we had awesome scores. I mean, a few players in the clan. There's probably right around 100 players, 3 clan wide, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 110. And out of 110, we probably had pretty close to at least 90 that shot the minimum score or better, and it was probably closer to 100. I mean, there was a lot of people that shot the minimum score or better. There was holes that people had problems on, but people were picking up shots. We had 16 people that had minus 16 or better. So clan-wide, people were really on top of it. And that is just absolutely fantastic. Just fantastic. I'm going to go right up the middle. 2-6 is the wind. It's about a ring and a third. Ring and a little more than a third. Or right there around that. Take the shot. Getting it perfect. And see how close we can get up there. I'd really just like to get right up to the fringe. I mean, that's the goal, but I'm going to end up being a little bit short. If I put that wind back in there, I could probably get on, but there's a deal is that the green drops off when you hit it. And so if you have any kind of forward, I mean, any kind of roll at all, it's so easy because look at the fringe and look at the fairway. The fairway is if you it is so small there that if you roll past the cup with any kind of movement, you're going downhill and it rolls really good, and it's just you're almost guaranteed to end up in the rough. If you just dribble onto the green, you got a pretty good shot at it, but you don't want to roll off because it falls off so quick. The closer I can get the ball to me, the less wind's going to play a factor. From that distance, I'm not sure that wind's going to play a factor. I am going to kind of hedge my bet a little. Getting it perfect. Now if it comes in on the right-hand side of the flagpole, it hit the flagpole, so wind was a little teeny bit of a factor there. In the hole. Woo! The deal is you want to shoot minus 30. So it doesn't matter how you get to the minus 30. You want to shoot minus 30. So we got a lot of holes here that we can pick shots up on. And need to pick it up on the back because my front 9 was just flat. All right, I'm on hole number 15. This is hole number 6 of the dreaded dunes, and I'm playing this straightforward with a Kingmaker. I'm trying to get out into this area about 408 plus. I think the farthest I've hit out there is like 424, and I'm not doing any overpower. I'm just trying to get it through there. I'm not trying to take any risks through this gap. There is a layup shot that you can do, but I just feel like in this tournament, I'm willing to. There's a risk versus reward, and the reward is that you get an Albie shot if you take this shot. The risk is that if you get caught up at the top, you're screwed. And this is all about extra mile and sniper, and I'm taking a Kingmaker. Here we go. And I actually could have taken a Kingmaker on that last hole. I don't know what I was thinking. It cut the wind down a little bit on that second shot, and it would, if you're in the wind area up there, it will help cut the wind down a little bit. If I was going to use the wind, the Titan would have been better. So I could have pushed that wind back in there, but you have to be very cognizant of pushing the wind back in there, because if you're in a round where there's, all right, like right there, it was 2.5 wind, but if the weekend round we get a 4.8, then you may not want to put all of that wind back in. But I definitely had enough room up there that I could have put the 2.8 in. And I am a huge fan. I am a big, big fan of when you come to holes like this, you have to respect that this is a big ass par 5. And if you end up in any trouble, you need to bring a 3-power ball. There's no downside. Because right there, I mean, you're still in trouble. But the deal is that you know, you're still in big, big trouble. But why not bring a power 3 ball? You got to give these holes a little bit of respect. All right, I'm going to be in that area right there. It's 3.9. I'm going to do a 2-ring pull. That's 4-2. Just a sliver less than 2 rings. I'm going to push that power back in it. No overpower, but I am going to go up against the ring on curl. Hitting it perfect. I'm just trying to get out there. That's going to put me out there into the 420 something. Man, that went out there a long ways. 421. If I don't put that wind back in it, I'm been in like the 408, 415. If I put that little teeny bit of wind back in it, that forward moving wind, it wants to roll out a little bit better. All right, shot to the cup. And do a 25% wind adjustment. Plus 25%. I was doing a plus 15. That's what I had on my old notes. And I hit a great to the right, and I actually got in the cup. And so if I'd hit a perfect, I would have been to the left. So I'm doing a 25% wind adjustment. So it's 3.1. It's 3.9 rings. Get where I can see what the hell I'm doing. 3.9 rings. There's 1, 2, 3.9. Try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get in the cup. Get in the hole. Just a little bit on the inside. And that was with a 25% adjustment. So I'm going to change that to a 30. We'll keep working on it. The only time I've hit an albie on that, and I haven't hit very many albies on this hole. Probably, we've only played 2 tournaments in it, and I actually think that albie I hit yesterday might have been the first one I hit. Might have been. I may have gotten one other one in practice, but I haven't hit very many albies on this, so I don't know. Close. Did it freeze up? Close. Nice shot. Very nice. Almost recovered. Hitting it perfect. In the hole. Eagle. The goal coming into this hole is to get an eagle. So, I mean, I gave myself a pretty decent shot at Albie and didn't execute, but I was able to give myself the layup shot, in my opinion, is a pretty easy eagle, but you have 0 chance at Albie. All right, that was hole number 15. Hole number 16, this par 3 right here. And this par 3 right here has been scaring the hell out of me. Let me look at the photos here. I just want to look at it. The image that's in Golf Clash Notebook is wrong. This is what the hole actually looks like. I'm doing a rough bump on this, and I'm doing a 0% to the cup. I was doing elevation and stuff on it, but it feels like I'm over pulling it, and you're at max club. So I'm going to do the 0%, and I'm going to bring a low wind ball, a low wind power 0 ball. Now let's actually get in the game. Bring in a grizzly. Of all the clubs that they buffed and all the clubs for the club card training, the club really is the grizzly. I mean, that's like a brand new club to the game that everybody's had, because before it was a turd. Even if you got your grizzly completely maxed out, it was still a turd. Which one is the ball? This one right here. And I don't have many, but I have enough. Do I have enough? I do have enough to play the rest of the tournament and still have some. Let's open up a chest. Get it rolling. Get some more commons. Doing the club card trading. Now, I had a lot of I see people bitch at me all the time in my YouTube channel, and I get stuff. I get emails. I get a lot of hate mail. I get a lot of people that are pissed off. They go, "You're playing with maxed out. You're playing with these level 9 rares." Hey, I had level 8 rares. I worked my ass off for them. Everybody in my bracket, the brackets that I play in, have awesome clubs. Hey, I had level 8s. I've been playing for a long time. I didn't give myself level 9s. Playdemic gave me level 9s. Newer players were bitching that they had one card maxed out and that they had 16 cards for it, and we ain't got nothing to do with them. 2.6. And so Playdemic appeased them. 1, 2, 6. And in the process, they gave me a much better bag. Isn't it perfect? Let's see if we can get in the cup. Oh. And that is the thing that I've been seeing on this hole, is that I really think that we should be doing less, like we should be taking off 5%, because what was happening before when I was pulling it out, I really think that we should be taking off win there, that we should be doing a minus 5%. I'm going to write that down. That's what I'm going to try. Minus 5%. Because I've tried some adjustments on there, because it seems like it's way the hell downhill when you're looking at your ring sets down there. But for whatever reason, when I'm adding on wind, I keep ending up to the left. So I'm going to take off 5% of the wind next time I play that hole. And that'll help. Even if I miss it there, it'll give me more breathing room on that rough area. But it does feel like we need to take wind out. Take a little off. In the hole. All right. Yeah, the club card trading thing cracks me up. I was perfectly content with having extra club cards. I had no problem with it. It didn't bother me whatsoever. I actually thought that there was a better way, that they could have made it so that we could have almost like customized our clubs, where that way your extra club cards only counted on the clubs that you had. So if you had extra club cards on, in that common or that rare, to get it up to the next level, that way it would have slow played it. Because what would happen is, it takes 2,000 cards on a common to get it maxed out. It would have taken 4,000 cards to get it to the next level. And just like your rares, it takes, you got to go up to the next level. And so what it would have did was, and just give everybody like 5 or 6 points to put wherever they want. And that way people could have continued to work on it. All right, hole number 17. But they went the way that they went, and anybody who'd been playing the game for a while was able to definitely benefit. We're on hole number 8, and we're on hole number 17. Is that what hole we're on? Yes, sir. All right. I don't like this straightforward shot. The straightforward shot, I just don't like it. And the reason I don't like it is, here's your landing spot. How much time we got? Let's see if I have enough time where I can talk here, if I just got to jam through. What do I got? I got 38 minutes. I got enough time. I got enough time to walk through this hole. This is why I don't like this hole. I don't like hitting straight forward. Here's your landing spot. So here's the tee box way back here, right? This is the tee box. You're here and you're hitting it straight forward. And let's say, and this is where your first bounce area is. And so when you're back here, if you hit it a 1 ring great to the right and it follows on this track, Okay, this gap right here gets wider and wider and wider the farther out here you go. You hit it one ring great to the left, it gets wider and wider and wider. So if you're in this area and you hit it perfect, it goes right down through the middle. If you hit it great to the left, it goes like right over here to the sand. And you hit it great to the right, it goes right over here to the sand. And guess where it's going to go? It's going to go that direction because there's nothing changing it. There's no side spin, there's no curl, there's no nothing. It's just going to go in a straight direction. But if you're in a spot like this, over here, and you're putting side spin and curl on it because you're trying to bring the ball around so that it travels in this trajectory, and you hit a one ring great to the left, it landed one ring great to the left, but guess where it goes after that? It goes to the right. It can't help it because you had right hand curl and right hand side spin. If you hit a great to the right, it's going to go this direction. So yeah, if you hit a one ring great to the left or the right, you're probably fine. You start hitting a two ring great to the left or the right, and you're going to have the same kind of problems. But it gives you a little bit more wiggle room because you're putting movement on the ball. So I don't normally like to hit straight up shots because I find that I have more problems with them because if anything goes wrong and you don't hit perfect, you're screwed. Extra mile and a Power 5 ball, and I'm going to use a rose ball. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to use. I'm going for it. My whole goal is to get way in the hell up there so that I have a chip. And I've been in the right spot 3 times this week, and I haven't made any of them. The only shot I've made on this week was in my low level account, and I hit it with a machete. And I've been in the right spot. I just haven't executed. That's just been the whole week. It's no big deal. None of these rounds count until the weekend round, but you want to come in with great tiebreakers because if you don't come in with great tiebreakers, then you really are forced to have to shoot. So if you're thinking, hey, in my brackets, what I've been seeing in my brackets, or when you go into the weekend round, you're seeing that somebody at the top shot a 32. Well, based on that score, you're going to have to shoot a 33 to win. If you see that the top people up there have shot a 30, then you're going to have to shoot probably a 31 to win. Or a 31 to give yourself a shot at it because you're not going to have the tiebreakers. And that right there is just no bueno. No bueno. All right, so the wind's pushing me in this direction right there. I'm going to come out in that area. Take the wind out. That's 3/4. It's a little over a ring and a half. I'm going to put the forward moving power back in. Do max curl, max overpower. And hit it one ring, 2 rings great to the left. That'll put me in the sand. Not here, but it'll put me forward. I may get lucky and bounce over that, but it'll put me in the rough on the other side. Excellent. I caught that earlier, and it put me in what happened on the front as I bounced over, and I actually ended up in the rough on the other side. So I got a shot from here. Not sure where I'll be at in my club. That'll be a question. The deal here is I haven't hit any of the shots into the cup perfect. If I'd have hit them perfect, they would have went in the hole. But I've hit them all great to the right. So where am I at in my club? Hey, get down here. Down here. Where am I? There's Max. So I got this. Max top spin. Going to the cup. 3-7 win. That means I want to be right on the outside edge. right. Let's hit perfect. Hitting perfect. Get in the hole. Whew, that was close. That wind had a little bit more effect on there than I was thinking that it would. So 3-7. I've been doing a little bit more of a wind, and I keep missing it to the right. So I was trying to give myself a little bit of room right there. And I'm gonna put half a cup is 5 miles per hour. So where I was at was just on the inside of it, and I came in right on that other side. So that would have been. I'm gonna change that to 6 miles per hour. When I get into the half wedge range, I like to measure the stuff instead of by rings, because the rings are so damn small that it's hard to do like a third of a ring. So I like to do it on distance from the flagpole to the edge of the cup. And so normally on a shot like that, you're half again the distance. And the reason I'm trying to do the topspin there is to get less height, so I have less wind movement, so I have less adjustment to make. Hole number 18. All right, I'm going to give myself an Albie look right here. If I can hit the drive perfect, I'm going to give myself an Albie look. So I'm going to use a katana, and I'm taking the wind out. I actually used a katana and hit all the way over and got my first bounce up at the top, and then the second bounce was all the way down on the bottom, and then ended up bleeding forward and ending up in the rough. Hole number 18. What do we got here? Got plenty of time. Let's open up a chest. Come on. Come on. Get it rolling. Off we go. Hole number 18. See if we can get this in the amount of time we are going to get it in. I can't believe I got my round in. I told my nephew, damn, it's the spring major, and I'm going to end up missing the weekend round because I didn't play. I played this morning, then we had to leave and go get a bunch of stuff, and we were gone all day. Wally goes first. But no matter what, I will be able to get my round in now. Actually, I have no idea what I'm shooting here. I don't even know how many I've picked up on the back. I think I picked up 4. So if I can pick up one right here and get the Albie, it won't be a bad round, even though I didn't shoot very well on the front. I didn't shoot bad on the front. That's the whole deal, is when you're shooting the minimum score, you're not shooting bad. It's not enough to win, but it's enough, that's the basis for all winning rounds, is that minimum score. It's super hard to drop a shot off the minimum and then turn around and win the tournament. I mean, then you got to catch on fire. I've done it. I've seen people do it, but it's not usually the norm. I mean, usually if you're having a hard time and you tank the opening round or tank a shot, you're in big trouble. I'm going to take a little of that wind out. I'm going to take 2 miles an hour of that wind out. Hit it one ring great to the left. I need to clip the rough right there. Perfect. Perfect. earlier on the front side, it was about the same kind of wind, and I left all the wind in, and I actually cleared the rough down there. I didn't hit it, and then I rolled forward and was right here in the rough between the sand traps. I was way down there. You don't have to put that far off. Nirvana hits way. I mean, your rough iron and sandwich curl. If you're doing a max overpower shot, it's about a 45-degree angle. Where am I at in my club? There's max. There's min. So I'm about mid club. So it's 1.2 per ring. I put on a little teeny bit of backspin. .2 per ring, and I'm doing a straight up shot. So 1.2, that's 2.4, that's 4. There's 2.4 and a third. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Oh! Almost. Yeah, you're not the only one. That was close. That was the graphic that you never, that's that graphic that they give you, and it's like, oh. Close. That would have capped off the round. Gave me a couple albies for tiebreakers. That would have been nice. Isn't it perfect? In the hole. Eagle. All right. That wasn't bad. Picked up a few. So my goal going in, like this is how I normally play these. Like my goal for the qualifying round was -14, -15 is the minimum. That's kind of I don't like to peak. I'm not one of those players that can come out and shoot -36, -34, -36, and every freaking time that comes out there. I'm one of those guys that builds up towards the weekend round. So if you've been watching my videos for a long time, that's exactly the deal. As I'm like what I shoot in the qualifying round and what I shoot in the opening round is not indicative of where I may end up in the weekend round. And my goal sheet was -14, -15 qualifying, and -28 to -30 in the opening, and then -30 plus in the weekend round. And so this is not, however it gets done is how you get it done. But I would have liked, I mean, I left 9 shots on the table on the front 9. I just did not execute on any of those shots. I didn't have any problems with the minimum score, but I didn't execute at all. So the back 9 is more indicative of what I'd like to see on both sides, because that puts me at the -32, and that's really the score that I think in my bracket it's going to take to win. So coming with a -28 is not going to give me a really good tiebreaker. So I'm going to really have to be on top of it. But I did learn a lot of stuff today. So some of the stuff that I learned as far as ball selection and a couple elevation adjustment changes. And so I think the day has gone good. I switched up how I'm playing hole number 3 and was able to get that albie. So I feel real comfortable about changing that shot going into the weekend round. Because when I get into the weekend round, I don't want to be dicking around thinking about like what I'm going to do on a shot or how I'm going to set this up. I want to get out there and set the shot up and get on it. So not bad. Not a bad coming in. Showed that I could pick it up. So this is the deal right here. So -30, -29, -29, -29, -29 all the way. Top 6 people, 29 or better. And these people are just like me. They're trying to work on their stuff to build it up for the weekend round. And what I do see a lot is there's always a couple players up here that they will match that up in the weekend round, but there's a lot of people that will peak too early. So we'll see how it goes. So the way that this works out is these 50 people are going to get matched up with another 50 people. And so I should come in somewhere in the top 18 in tiebreakers. And we'll find out here in 22 minutes where I come in. I'm going to shoot a video on the clans, and then I will get into some brackets. So that was the spring major opening round. Thanks for watching.